friends, good afternoon everybody. Today we are to take another class on concept of pedagogy. This is the main title and subtitle is teaching learning process and pedagogy, and this one is class number 6. At the beginning I told you that we are to take more than 10 to 12 classes just to complete this. You see, very much extensive subject content or unit, and that's why step by step we are discussing the most important matters, most important contents. And today also I must have to express my sense of gratitude to all respected teacher friends, all respected educational officers, all respected well-wishers, all dearest and respected participant friends, my technical support hand. You people are giving me feedback and I am so much thankful to you, sir. And I must have to thank to Google Authority, because for all the diagrams as well as the photographs I am taking the help of Google. Usually what I do, today also I must have to do. Please, you are requested or advised or suggested to write to my mail ID or send your message or feelings to my WhatsApp numbers if you do have any question or query. At the same time, if you like to repeat the class, then you can go to the college website which has been given here, and you can see the e-learning resources, means e-learning resource part, so that you can get help to see all the classes. Friends, let us discuss today. I am so much sorry that in my last class this part was discussed, and just to help you keep contact with the last class or contents of the last class, today also this part has been very much speedily repeated here, means it is presented so that you can keep link. And I must have to say that I am quite sorry, because that term means precursor. You see, precursor, that term, I committed mistake at the time of pronouncing the term, and actually my eyes or sight deceived me on that day. I am very much sorry. That is, it was Herbert Spencer. Spencer is one of the famous English educationists, and Spencer has link with this second most important principle of teaching, that is concrete to abstract. We discussed the first principle, that is analysis to synthesis, and this is, one of the most important principles which was being, accepted by Herbert Spencer, one of the great educationists, of one of the great English educationists, and he was the precursor or pioneer or forerunner of the scientific movement in teaching, as well as scientific movement bringing scientific changes towards the field of the science of teaching, means towards the paradigm of the principle of teaching. So you will see this. Let us go back to the next slide. This is the Herbert Spencer. I to help you to see this portrait in the last class too. Let us go back to the next part. The principle today means this part was left, characteristics of the principle of concrete to abstract. This part is to be discussed today. The principle of concrete to abstract, what are the specialities of this principle we are to discuss. This principle emphasizes on the psychological characteristics of the learners. This principle encourages the specific characteristics of learning. As learning is a systematic psychological process, teaching should always depend on the specialities of the process of learning. Intellectually mature learners cannot develop intellectually immature learners cannot develop abstract ideas and concepts very easily. Friends, for the development of concrete ideas, there is the urgency of the development of the intellectual capabilities. I discussed at the beginning that you see, for the application of this principle of concrete to abstract, the students must have to have the power and capabilities of the senses, and without having the capabilities of the sense organs, which are the gateways of learning, means doors of human mind and windows of human soul, they cannot develop abstract ideas in their mindset, in their intellectual level. And learning is a spatial process, and learning basically you see starts at the unknown point and it proceeds to the known point, and it proceeds to the unknown point, and from you see concrete to the abstract point learning proceeds. It's a quite psychological process, and learning depends on the capabilities of the intellectual level of the learner or the learners, as well as the maturity of the sense organs, power of sense organs that do have also spatial application, spatiality or impact in the process of learning. So friends, those learners who are not intellectually matured, means those who are intellectually immature, they cannot develop abstract ideas so much easily, and that's why we never can help them get such kind of information which are not so much concrete, because if we do so, then their learning will not be quite clear enough. Let us go back to the next one. Therefore, for the increase of experiences and training, learners are to be taught with the help of concrete ideas and experiences. Experiences and training help to increase new experiences and acquire new training. As the concept formation is a very systematic process and it depends on practical experiences, so concrete to abstract is one of the best principles of teaching and learning. This principle always emphasizes on the increase of practical experiences and acquisition of practical training for furthering learning of the learners. Respected friends, learning is a very much scientific process, and you see it demands the application of all the scientific procedures, and it demands expertise, as well as there is the need of experience of the teacher to understand the intellectual capabilities of the learners, so that he or she can help learners to develop all types of concepts in their mindset and develop the paradigm of knowledge according to the needs of their individual personalities, as well as according to the expertise of their individuality, so that they can develop their knowledge, stock of knowledge, so that with the help of the stock of knowledge they can face life situation and challenges of life so much successfully. Let us go back to the next one. The principle of concrete to abstract is a very helpful teaching principle in lower level of education. I help you to see the diagram in the last class. It helps to impart education successfully in lower level, but in higher level, this principle is difficult to apply in all situations to teach concepts of all subjects. We can apply this principle to teach different subject matters of science subjects, geography, environmental science, or studies, computer science, etc. This principle also cannot be applied in all fields, I told you, and this can be applied in some specific situations, and that's why dozens of principles of teachings are there. And once we know about all the teaching principles, then as per the demand of the situation, considering the age group of the learners, we can take the help of the necessary principle so as to disseminate or transact our ideas or concept, help to develop the concepts of the learners in proper manner. Let us go back to this. Drawback of the principle of concrete to abstract. But subjects like literature, history, philosophy, education, etc. cannot be always taught with the help of the principle of concrete to abstract. Hence, there is the limited scope of application of this principle without proper knowledge of teaching methodologies in education and psychology. This principle cannot be applied properly. The success of application of this principle again depends on the scientific classroom environment and high intellectual caliber of the teachers, which are very much difficult to find and manage in all situations and educational environment. Friends, here you see, if you come back to the first part, subjects in literature This principle concept means concrete to abstract. This principle cannot be easily applied because the abstract ideas, suppose you see, I told you on that day, morality, humanity, changeability, love, affection, all these things. Then philosophy also, aesthetic sensitivity, once I say that way, means moral capabilities or ethical, you see, parameter of human personality, once we say that way, means we never can help our students to develop the concept of all such kind of abstract ideas or abstract concepts so much easily. And that's why there is the limitation of the applicability of this principle in such type of subjects or in subject areas. And that's why without proper knowledge of teaching methodologies, we never can become so much successful in the process of teaching whatever may be the subject or whatever may be the subject area. At the same time, we must have to have the knowledge of psychology, because without knowing or without having proper concept concerning to the psychological parameter of the learners, we never can help the learners learn so much well whatever may be the subject matter or whatever may be the followed principle which is being applied by the teacher or teachers in different situations of learning. Let us go back to the next one. Then we are to discuss today, this is the third principle, known to unknown. We have discussed, you see, first one, the second one is discussed. We have come to the third one, known to unknown. What it is, let us see. Known to unknown is one of the most important principles of teaching. Known generally indicates a particular situation or event or idea or information which is recognized, familiar, or can be known. You see, the child knows its father, means the child knows its mother, the child knows its sister, like this, from known to unknown. On the other hand, unknown means which is not recognized, familiar, or not known. See, so friends, this principle is one of the most important principles of teaching which can be applied in the field of teaching to teach different subject contents. Let us see what it is. Both teaching and learning are very systematic and psychological processes. We are repeating the same thing. For teaching, previous knowledge or past knowledge has specific importance. We test the previous knowledge. Just after entering into the class, directly you do not start to teach the contents which you are to teach. Hello, you say, hello students, how are you? In the last class, what I discussed, you please help me to remember. You put some question to the students so that you can make them psychologically ready for the particular class which you are going to take. Means you are testing the previous or past knowledge, whether they are, you see, they are getting so much ready or they are able to recollect the last, you see, recollect the information of the last class which you took or not, you are to test. And that's why previous knowledge test or past knowledge test has specific importance in teaching practices or in teaching situation. Again, for learning too, like that, past experiences and training have the most important necessities, because I am repeating that learning depends on the experiences as well as training or learning of the learners. Experiences and training do have special importance or significance in the process of learning. With the help of experiences and training which the learners possess, learning which the learners possess, new experiences and training are gathered and acquired. Means with the help of experiences and training which the learners possess, new experiences and training are gathered and acquired. So depending the experiences or depending the training which the learners do have, they, you see, expand the volume of training. They get the chance to extend the volume of their learning. So learning depends on past experiences. Learning depends on past learning. More experiences means more learning. More training means perfect learning. So friends, learning basically depends on the experiences or intellectual or psychophysical maturity of the learner or the learners. At the same time, whenever the learners become much more experienced or experienced like you people, you see, learners becomes so much, you see, able to cope with new situation, right? Please let us go back to the next one. To teach in an orderly manner, teachers are to understand the significance of the principle of known to unknown. The significance is to be understood and thenceforth it is to be applied. Teachers are to pay special attention to the entry behavior of the learners. Means this is very much important, entry behavior. The learners come to face the learning situations with some specific knowledge and information. Their minds are not totally void of experiences and ideas. So friends, the entry behavior of the learners or the students do have special importance in the process of learning, and that's why it is the basic duty of the teacher to judge or to have proper concept or idea concerning to the entry behavior of the learners or students. Suppose in basic UC level you are going to take a class. Certainly you know that students, whenever they completed their higher secondary, in higher secondary level, suppose you are going to teach physics, means they studied physics, and now in the BSc level their study is to be extensive, means the concepts are to be extensively discussed there by yourself, and that's why you are to check the past experience concerning to the specific area of physics which the students learned whenever they were the students of higher secondary level, and coming to the BSc level they are to, you see, extend the parameter of their learning on the specific area, on the specific subject content. Like that, like this, in all subjects, these happen to be. Let us go back. Teachers should try to understand the stock of ideas and volume of information and knowledge of the students, and keeping link with such ideas, information and knowledge, begin to impart new ideas, information and knowledge. You see, information and knowledge. The ideas, information and knowledge with which the learners are familiar should be checked well, and such ideas, information and knowledge should be the basis of imparting new ideas, information and knowledge for the teachers. So friends, teaching is regarded as a science. At the same time, it is assessed to be an art. As a science, it demands the application of the procedures, and that's why teachers must be well acquainted with all the new development in the field of the science of teaching. And once the teacher studies pedagogy in proper manner, means the teacher knows the science of teaching in proper manner, he can easily become successful, or he or she can teach or help the students learn so much well, whatever may be the age group or age level, or whatever may be the subject, or whatever may be the content area. Teaching demands skills, and skills cannot be, you never can get a stock of or a bundle of ready-made skill. Going into the classroom situation, you are to see the situation, observe the situation, thenceforth you are to develop a calculation concerning to the mindset of the students, and you are to judge them in nice manner, and it depends on your intellectual capabilities. At the same time, it depends on your knowledge concerning to psychology, it depends on your knowledge concerning to the behavior of human learners. So these are very much important. Let us go back to the next slide. You see, already known points should be the basis of imparting knowledge about the unknown point. Psychologically, students are to be led towards the unknown point or level of knowledge from their known point or level. And that's why we teach about, or we help in lower class, we help the students learn about the alphabet. Then after we bring, suppose 1, 2, 3, 1 plus 1 equal 2, 2 plus 3 equal 4. Like that we bring our students towards the complex parameter of, or complex, area of knowledge or area of learning. This is the thing. So known to unknown, we start there. From this bottom level, again known. Extension of knowledge is there. From We start at the known point, we go to the known point, go to the known point, go to the known point, means we come to thenceforth come to the unknown point, and we help our students get new knowledge, new information. We help them develop new ideas so that they can become quite, ready, or they can become quite successful in developing their human attributes so that they can face life situations very much successfully and very much practically. So this is home, school and society. These are the three most important parameters which do have very close relationship for the development of the personalities of the students. Home or family has special roles. School has special functions, and society has special role. We say because without the impact or influence of the society, our personality cannot take proper form. So friends, in the process of development of human attributes or human personality, the role of home or family has special significance. The school plays definite roles. At the same time, society has also very much important or most important roles in the process of personality formation of the children. And that's why known this way, and these are the vast unknown area, because the parameter of the universe or the extent we are living, in such an environment where a little bit or a little part has been explored up till now, and many unexplored phenomena, many unexplored knowledge, many unrealized knowledge, unexplored areas are there which are to be explored so that we can help our students extend the parameter of learning. Let us go back to the next one. This is also another diagram which says special importance, student, teacher, how connectivity is there. Thenceforth, subject. These are the three parameters. Subject, how to introduce, how to present the subject. There is teacher, there is student. Same place, importance is same. Subject has special importance, how to introduce, known to unknown. Then here keywords, game approach also we can apply. Then active learning means we can help our students. You can give some classroom activity or activities to the students so that they can become so much active in the process of learning. Then theory section is also there. Then active teaching techniques. You can apply active teaching techniques in the classroom situation. You can directly ask a question to a particular student. Hello student, do you please say this one? This is active involvement in the process of teaching as well as learning. Friends, it is said this way that learning should be joyful, and when learning becomes so much joyful, means students have to enjoy learning. When they will dare to get the chance to enjoy learning situation, and because of this, it depends on you as teacher who is remaining present in the classroom situation. So friends, joyful learning, there is a new concept which has special importance, and with the help of the knowledge of pedagogy, we can apply the approach of joyful learning. Once you make the complex situation before the students in the classroom, then they will really enjoy the situation, or they will really enjoy learning situation, and they will certainly become successful in developing or in having the critical concept so much easily. And that's why basically joyful learning becomes joyful then when the teacher becomes successful in transacting difficult ideas very much easily with very easy semantic encoding. So friends, see, domain of knowledge, applications, and here this one is publications. Experimental work is there in science. Then research scope is there, means you are to help your students how they can explore the ideas in near future, how they can research so that they also can contribute their creative capability or power for the addition of the stock of knowledge which they have got the chance to develop with the help of your teaching. Then projects and funding is also very much important. Let us go back to the next one. So known to unknown, it was Comenius, that is John Amos Comenius. He was from Czech Republic, so and so. You will study yourself. So where he was born, where from he is, and his means Comenius was, or he is the representative of the realistic movement in education. So again, the philosophy of realism you are to know. So means Comenius advocated the realistic movement in education, advocated the principle of known to unknown. Who advocated the principle of known to unknown? You see, like Spencer, now the name of Comenius has come here. According to Comenius, study all arts and sciences should proceed from what is known to what is, you see, knowable, until all knowledge is encompassed. So this is a great saying. And he is Comenius, and he supported, or he advocated the realistic movement, and he supported the known to unknown principle, like simple to complex. Yes, you will get in later stage. So this is means from concrete to abstract. There we have had the name of Herbert Spencer, and here you have had the name of Comenius. Let us go back to the next one. So this is John Amos Comenius. He was born so and so. Say teacher, writer, educator, bishop. These are the qualities. Let us go back to the next one. This is another portrait. Let us go back to the next slide. This is another portrait. Let us go back to the next one. Comenius like Bacon. Now the name of Francis Bacon has come. They are friends, researchers. Once you are to know about the methodology of research, you are to know Francis Bacon. Without knowing Bacon, without understanding Aristotle, you never can understand research methodologies. So Baconian concept is very much recent concept, and generalization of idea is very much important, and it is being done nowadays from the point of view of Bacon. He is so and so, you will see. Believe that nature was a great laboratory where truth should be discovered and tested. Nature therefore occupied a large part of the content of study, which he advocated like Comenius. Herbert Spencer also favored the principle of known to unknown. So once we are to know about the, you see, pedagogy, or means the science of teaching, means once we are to understand the methodology of research, we must have to understand Bacon, and we must have to understand Aristotle. Bacon studied Aristotle much more, but in later stage he expressed that he spent his life, you see, a major part of his lifetime in studying Aristotle, and that's why in place of the Aristotelian method, he developed his own method. And I discuss in one of my classes of research methodology concerning to the Baconian methodology of research and Aristotelian methodology and method of research. So friends, this much for today. In the coming class, we will discuss the drawbacks and defects of this principle, and then sport means known to unknown. Then sport I will go to the other area. Thank you so much.